segment is sponsored by the Stitching Post. Get your sewing on with the Stitching Post. They have an expo coming up for those interested in expanding their creative skills.
I got a chance to chat with Robin and Charity on the major event that's also keeping safety in mind. This place is so amazing. We're at the Stitching Post, hanging out with mom and daughter duo, Charity and Robin. So glad to have you guys on the show today.
Thanks, Shelby. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Oh, so excited. So you guys have a really big event coming up. Tell us all about it.
Well, it's the Great Plains Quilt and Sewing Expo. We have over 25 hands-on classes, so you don't have to bring any supplies, you don't have to do anything, just bring your sparkling personality and show up and learn to sew or quilt. Any type of sewing or quilting you want to do, but we have everything from the long arms to basic sewing machines to the embroidery sewing machines. Any type of sewing you want to do, we pretty much have a class on it.
So if someone is really skilled at sewing, or maybe this is their first time and they really just want to learn to get into it, this is the place for them to be.
Yes, it is. And especially if you're looking for a new sewing machine and you're not sure about what kind you want or what you want in a machine, this is a perfect time to try before you buy.
Oh, that's perfect. And you guys are going to have so much more there than just sewing machines,
Oh,
right?
yes. We're going to have a big vendor hall, and we're going to have a couple local shops will be there selling fabric. Of course, we'll have all our machines out there. There'll be free classes and demonstrations in the vendor hall.
Okay.
And the real point of this is it will be COVID friendly.
Oh, that's so great. Tell us about some of those precautions that you guys are taking and the measurements that'll be in place.
Yeah, so the hours for the event are from 9 to 7, but we're doing shopping hours in the shopping hall from like 9 to 11. We'll break from 11 to 11:30. We're gonna go in, clean all the machines. We're going to have a fog machine, so that will clean all the fabric, all of the product, all of the classrooms where you'll be taking next class, and just continues throughout the day like that, where we have 2-hour sessions. We break for 30 minutes and then we just clean everything, and then everyone will be in masks, and we'll have gloves for people who need extra protection and don't want to touch everything else.
And that's perfect, because people are so excited to get out there, and I'm sure get some more equipment and get back to sewing, because this is a great activity if you're staying at home a lot or just have a lot of extra time to take on a new hobby.
This is true. We have seen it's kind of really neat. I mean, it's with all of COVID going on, this is kind of a bright spot in all the doom and gloom you hear every day. Is people are back to sewing. They've been pulling out grandma's sewing machine out of the shed, cleaning it off. Our repairs have just been out of this world. We've been fighting to get machines in. I know my sewing machine companies are loving
where's
it.
the event going to be at?
Oh, yes, that's a good question. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the event is going to be at the Cole Community Center, which is 4400 Northwest Expressway in Oklahoma City. It's attached to the Oklahoma City First Church of Nazarene.
There you go. So you know where to be. Now, how else can people get tickets, and how can they get involved?
They can go to our website at sewbargain.com. That's SEWBARGIAIN. And there's a landing page right there on the front of our website that will say Great Plains Quilting and Sewing Expo. They click on that, there'll be an awesome place that will say buy tickets, and they can also see all the classes that will be going on.
And there's a lot to choose from, a lot to do, and a lot to look at. I mean, this is the place to be, like we said, whether you're totally new to sewing and quilting or if you're an expert, you can have a lot of fun here. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Again, the Great Plains Quilt and Sewing Expo is on October 8th through the 10th. On the 8th and 9th, the hours are from 9 to 7, and on the 10th, the hours are a little shorter from 9 to 4.
And again, the expo takes place at the Coles Community Center on Northwest Expressway in OKC. And to find more information, visit sewbargain.com. Stitching Post is also on social media.
That's right. Find them on Facebook at Stitching Post OKC and Stitching Post South, on Twitter at Stitching Post OKC, and Instagram at Sew Bargain.